It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere, I'm all alone, more or less. Let me fly far away from here, fun, 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 in the sun, sun, sun. I packed my bags and hit into hyperspace velocities at time warp speed. Let me fly far away from here, I found something good. Alright, this is kind of cool. This came in the mail, and it's not really mine, but it came in the mail to this house. It's intended for this house. Anyway, BBC Shop Winter 2017. Yep, it's winter 2017. Recently started. Yeah, wow. Anyway, I brought this in out of the mail, and I figured as I was bringing it in, I just flipped through it thinking, I'll see some Doctor Who stuff. I like Doctor Who. I was really into Doctor Who for a while there. It's an on-again, off-again thing for me. But I like Doctor Who. I was flipping through it, expecting to see some Doctor Who. And then, lo and behold, Red Dwarf 11! Alright! Yeah, they're releasing Red Dwarf 11 on DVD and Blu-ray. Yeah. It's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Alright, Red Dwarf 11. I just got to comment on this. Red Dwarf 11 is out. You know what? I had heard that there was going to be new seasons of Red Dwarf a while back. And I didn't follow it closely enough. It snuck up on me. Didn't know about it. But guess what? It's coming to Blu-ray and DVD. So, yeah, it's already out there. And yeah, what does it say about it? Red Dwarf 11. The 11th series, you know, to the British, they use the term series instead of season. Which actually kind of makes more sense, but I'm used to thinking of it as a season, you know, the 11th season. Alright. The 11th series of the cult favorite sci-fi comedy hit reunites Rimmer, Lister, Crichton, and Cat to offer a brand new series of far-flung space escapades. With big laughs and dazzling effects, Red Dwarf 11 recaptures the show's golden age. 3 hours on, looks like one disc. Standard SDH, is that standard definition? I'm not sure. But, yeah. Anyway, it's on DVD and Blu-ray. Yeah, the DVD is $98 I mean. $41.98 for the DVD, and exactly $1 more for the Blu-ray disc. So, if you like Blu-ray more than DVD, spend the extra $1. Why not? If you spend that much, you might as well spend an extra $1 on it. That said, I don't hold any preference to Blu-ray or DVD. Blu-ray, yeah, it's higher definition. I don't care. I can use DVD on more objects. You know, there's more old laptops of mine, more video game consoles of mine, that if they're already plugged into the television, yeah, I can just put the disc in that. So, in a way, I kind of have a preference to DVD. Blu-ray discs hold more data and are higher definition, so there is the benefit of that. So Blu-ray has that benefit. Either one's fine by me. I'd probably, if I ordered it, I should order it sometime soon. I have to be careful with my money. But yeah, this is something to look into. If I were ordering it, I'd probably just order the DVD. Not because I don't want to spend the extra $1, but just because the DVD would probably be a little more useful to me. That said, that's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, Red Dwarf. I really like Red Dwarf. When I noticed that, I had remembered that, yeah, after they had made that Back to Red Dwarf special, that series, that after having been gone for like a decade, they came back with a special, what was it? Was it only 4 episodes or was it 6? I can't remember how many episodes it was. It's been so long since I watched it. And I liked that. And I remember reading that they were planning to do more. And there was going to be more Red Dwarf. And time passed. And I didn't really forget about it, but it wasn't in my active memory. And then all of a sudden, just this happened to come in the mail, and I'm flipping through it, it's like, oh shit, Red Dwarf! So yeah, Red Dwarf is back. I went and I checked it out. There's a pretty cool little trailer for the season 11. For season 11.
by picking up life signs in Corridor Beta 12.
It's actually pretty appropriate. It starts off, it's kind of dramatic.
That's where we are.
It kind of starts off with sort of a dramatic imagery.
And you should be able to see them.
It creates a sense of panic with the urge. It's like something is sneaking up on the crew.
Get out of there! Run! Not that way, the other way! Move!
And then all of a sudden you realize the problem.
Wait. Could these life signs by any chance be us? Yes.
It's their own fucking incompetence. Yeah, it's just, Red Dwarf is kind of dramatic at times. It has an intelligence to it, but it's fucking hilarious. I don't know how to describe it. It's awesome. I don't remember the first time I watched Red Dwarf. Well, the first time I saw it, I saw clips from it. It actually technically must have been Series 2. There's an Ed Crichton in it, and from what I read, I think Crichton didn't show up until somewhere near in Series 2, and he became a regular for Series 3, if I have that right. Because I have Series 1 on DVD, and that one didn't have Crichton at all, if I remember correctly. But anyway, the first time I saw Red Dwarf was came with a magazine. It was a disc that came with the magazine. I think the disc itself was called Sound On, Vision On, and that disc and magazine would be worth doing an entire video on. It was pretty cool. It had a lot of little clips of stuff from science fiction. Had a lot of really good information. And it was a great magazine. It was a magazine that came with a disc. Yeah, I just said that. I know, I'm rambling. But it had a little clip from Red Dwarf in it. You play it in your computer. It was cool. And I remember it just kind of amusing. It had a clip where Crichton was painting Rimmer, doing like this really, really artsy painting. But then when you see what it actually is, as artsy as the style is, you realize he has Rimmer sitting on the toilet, and then he begins to tell Rimmer off that he was just fucking with Rimmer, that he was fed up with Rimmer. It was cool. Yeah, it was funny. And the show, when I finally saw the show, because I'd always saw that before I ever saw a TV episode, I don't know if it was in college when I happened across it, or if it was shortly after I came back to the middle of nowhere after college. But I remember watching it in the late 1990s, right here in the house, and getting up early in the morning. I'm pretty sure it was on Showcase. I remember seeing this animated skit before. So the animated skit, I don't remember what it was called, but it was about a robot. It kind of reminded me of Inspector Gadget, but it was more of a robot. And it was like these little time killers. You know how TV shows used to have a little bit of leftover time? Networks would stick in like these time killer cartoons and stuff like this. Well, this was like a kind of adult animation time killer that I think it was Showcase that was on early in the morning. Although it might have been a different network that was similar to Showcase. What was one of the other ones that I often mix up with Showcase? I'm not sure. But anyway, it was on in the morning. There would be like this time-killing cartoon on after it. I guess it didn't have enough sponsors. I don't know. But I remember watching it early in the morning, various days, making effort to catch it. And I loved the show. Once I started watching it, I thought it was one of the best things ever. It was just smag-tastic. It's an awesome show. I fucking love it. I remember watching it way back in the day. There was certain episodes that I always thought that I missed whenever it aired. Years later, like just a few years ago when I started watching Netflix. And Netflix isn't something I watch a lot, but I rewatched everything on Netflix. Then I rewatched it again. It was one of the time killers. Whenever I'd sat down to eat and I had the computer in front of me on the table, I'd just load up Netflix and I'd watch more Red Dwarf. Then Netflix took it away. Then it came back. I think they took it away again. I don't know if it's on there right now or not. Netflix is not very reliable. At least not Canada's version of Netflix. But yeah, Red Dwarf was well worth watching over again. It's a great show. It's fucking hilarious. It's fairly smart and witty and silly. It's not often that it portrays itself as like high budget science fiction. It's often very low budget science fiction, especially in the older episodes, but it was still great. It was still hilarious. It was worth watching. I loved the characters. and I recommend it for anybody. And if you already know of Red Dwarf, good news, you can get DVD discs of Series 9. I wanted to call it Season... No, not Season 9. 11. It's 11. Isn't that 11? I'm pretty sure we're up to 11. Roman numerals and dyslexia, they don't go well together. Yeah, Series 11. Look for it, check it out. I think that's a good idea. Well, another season of Red Dwarf. It's on DVD. I really got to catch up on my DVD collecting of Red Dwarf. As I said, Netflix isn't that reliable. And even if it was, I want to have my own copy of it. Years ago, I got Series 1 of Red Dwarf on DVD. I never did get around to continuing to collect it, but I loved watching it on television. It's the sort of show that I'd forget about. Then as soon as I remember it, it's like, God damn, I loved that show. And God damn, I love that show. I hopefully sometime soon will get to see Red Dwarf Season 11. Because, yeah, Red Dwarf was always fucking awesome. So, yeah, if you get a chance to check out more Red Dwarf, God damn it, check out Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf, it's back and it's on disc.